Hi, this is Bricktop Billy, and the channel is Game Wanderers. We do a few other things, so check it out. I think we do a few political and topical debates, stuff like that, pranks and sorts. Yeah, but yeah, for now, this is part one in a series of tutorials that I'm going to do on what I actually think is one of the best games I've ever played, and that's a bold statement. But yeah. In true Bethesda fashion, although they have outdone themselves, there is a lot which they just assume that people know, which they don't. Like anyone who's played Skyrim will know, and anyone who's played any other Fallout, any other games in the Fallout franchise. But yeah, ultimately, one of the coolest additions to the new Fallout is the settlement feature, and although it might seem like just a sort of thing to do on the side when you get bored, it actually, if you start developing it early and get to grips with it, especially if you play it on the harder difficulties, it will help you a lot and give you a lot of perks, unlimited, well, untapped, yeah, pretty much untapped source of funds like bottle caps and resources for crafting. What you can craft items from modding and all sorts of stuff. So, and other than that, it's good for the immersion side of it. Do you know what I mean? It's pretty fun building the settlements. And anyone who played Sims, I was pretty crap at Sims, but this is like a cooler post-apocalyptic, less crapper version of Sims. So yeah, it's all good. Anyway, so anyone who's if you're wanting a bit more advanced, or a few more advanced tips on settlements, I'd say look into some of the other parts of the series that I'm going to do, like the artillery strike perk and power armor building and stuff like that. Yeah, but for now, these are literally just the basics. So we'll start with how to build. As you can see, I've not even finished Sanctuary yet, but it's pretty developed. I'd say the first point of contact that you want to be doing is getting your perimeter sorted. Now you don't have to, as you can see, Sanctuary's build area is pretty big. Oh yeah, while I'm here, a bit off topic, but while I'm here, in case you haven't found it, there's a little cellar of stuff which is useful if you're starting out, just in here, and that is at the back of Sanctuary by the, I don't know, that's like some magic tree or I don't know, just, you can't scrap it, and let's face it, it's survived a nuclear fallout, so it's pretty cool. Anyway, so it's around there. Anyway, back to the point. Yeah, you want to shrink your build area, because let's face it, you're not going to fill it all, and it'll take far too much time and resources, and you don't really need to. It's better to have a smaller build space because you can manage. Shut up, Cosworth. But yeah, you can manage your settlers better. Another tip for managing settlers: build one of these bad boys. You want a bell, and they can be found in the resources section and miscellaneous, and it's there. I don't think I've got any wood at all. Oh dear. But yeah, build one of them and you ring it, presto, everyone stops what they're doing, whatever it is that they do, and they will come. Treat your settlers like sheep, and you are their beloved shepherd to steer them through their life, or exploit them for, free bottle caps and trading resources. But anyway, yeah, so that's a handy tip for managing your settlers. Anyway, back to the point. You want to be starting with getting a sort of general idea of what you want your settlement's purpose to be, basically. Like with Sanctuary, I think it's my third attempt at the game in terms of getting it right. Like, there's so many things that you can cock up, and if you, I've played every Fallout game, and starting this, it was like playing a new bloody game. But yeah, I think get a general idea. Like with this, it's more of a hub for me, but you can have it. You can do what you like with them. There's other settlements. There's bigger settlements. There's better settlements, frankly. But for now, this is a good training ground, if you like, for settlement building, because you're not going to get many attacks early in the game, and it's, as you can see on the map, it's bloody miles away from any real contact and conflict that you're going to get. But yeah, So you want to be starting off with your perimeter, and you get a selection of walls to build. I don't know if you're playing the PC, I don't know the controls and that and the tabs for it, so but it's the mechanics are all pretty much the same, like the same as Xbox. I think I had an Xbox 360, I can't remember the buttons, but the mechanics are exactly the same. So to build, you just go on the wood, and you want fences. That's what I started with. They're the most fortifiable, really. As you see, I don't have any wood, so I can't literally build anything, but these specific ones, I mean, you can store it and then it will come up in there, and as you can see, it's got a little tab, and it's weird when you first place it, it's always facing away from you. So, and the way it works, it's like as though you're holding a fence and with your own hands. So that's the way you want to treat building, really, as though you are literally grabbing a fence. Place it, go around the other side, grab it again, put it back in place, which is also a bit of a ball ache. Where the hell was it? Oh, what have I done? Right, hold on. You get... I'll tell you what, I'm going to leave that there just for now, just so you get the gist right. And like I say, when you replace it down from there, the next one that you build, so long as it's the same, will appear in front of you in that position, which is also a handy little tip to save you keep having to plonk one down, walk around it, grab it again. It just makes things a little bit quicker. Also, as you can see with mine, that is going to bug me. Right, oh, there it was. Where did it go? There it is. Right, oh, sorted. Right, yeah, and like I say, it doesn't need to be perfect. It's not a pristine military base, it just needs to be functional. If you can't fit through a gap, nothing else can. And like, I don't know, with that, the only thing that's going to fit under there is a rad roach. It's not the end of the world. So, you want to start with your perimeter, after getting a sort of general idea of what you want it to be. I'd say Sanctuary's a good hub, a good like place. You can store power armour. I think I've got my own little pad over here. I've moved to the castle. I don't know if you'll have got to that point yet, but that's my main hub at the moment. But this was my first one. As you can see, it's got my bobblehead stand. I tried putting a sign up to stop people sleeping in my bed, but that it listen. Do you know, I might as well scrap that because it just doesn't work. That was my bed. That was, you can have a little storage trunk, a little balcony, and in the idea that it stops people shooting me in my sleep. Not that that will happen, but yeah, why not? A little safe around here. Anyway, so Sanctuary is a good hub and a good training ground, and you want to be, other than getting an idea of what you want to use it for, start with your perimeter and work your way in, and you won't be able to do it all at once. Just do it as you go. Like I say, Sanctuary is a good starting point in that sense, because you're not under any pressure to keep it protected, because there aren't going to be that many things that go wrong with it early. So as long as you get a perimeter built, nothing should go wrong. And as you go out and do missions, specifically, like especially with Brotherhood, you'll get a lot of resources, and just, I mean, you can increase your carrying capacity by modding your armour. Like, I don't know, miscellaneous pockets, deep pockets. You need, like you see on the right, you need level 2 armouring perks, but they're worth investing in early on. The same as another perk which is essential to settlement building is the Scrapper perk, which I think is under intelligence. Yes, it is. And you need to be level 23 to get its full advantage, but it's worth investing early on, as well as the Scrounger perk. Don't worry about Fortune Finder. You'll earn more money from finding ammo and selling ammo that you don't need, and it also comes, you'll save money by not having to buy it. I've only got perk 1 and it sorts me out loads. So yeah, they are probably the most essential ones. You want to also get your hacking skill straight up there, and your lock-picking perk, which is there. And don't worry about getting the bobby pins never break and locking up. It's just a waste of time, because you only get locked out of computers for 10 seconds, and you know, you never run out of bobby pins. As long as you pick everything up and search all the things that you come across, you should be alright. So yeah, they're the perks that'll help you out. Strength is probably another one which is worth investing in so you can carry more, but like I say, you can compensate for that by doing your modifications on your armour. Anyway, that almost covers it. The only other, well, the basics anyway, the only other things other than the fence that you need to worry about for this tutorial are, like I say, you'll need a lot of wood, a fair bit of steel, and some rubber, depending, like, I don't know, for fences like this. Obviously there's tyres, you're going to need rubber. But yeah, I'd say another useful tip is these little buttes will often fit in places that fences can't. So if you are having trouble, like I was lucky in fitting that under there, it wouldn't fit over there, and I had to use a guard post, but they are handy for filling gaps that the fences can't, and ultimately it gives a settler a job to do, and it makes them happier, which, you know, it's always good. So yeah, another perk of your settlements is the trading posts. I think I've only got level 2 ones, but I mean they generate a lot of income, and you can collect it as long as you've got them assigned by just simply going into your workshop and going to miscellaneous. And what, I've got 50 bottle caps. I think I collected it about half hour ago. But yeah, so yeah, just as a starting point until the next tutorial, if you've watched this, thanks for watching. Get your perimeter sorted, shrink your build area, have in mind what you're going to be doing with the settlement so you don't waste resources. Try not to scrap things if you get them wrong. Like, you can store them, like this water pump. If I didn't want it there, I wouldn't get half the amount of materials that I used building it if I scrapped it. So all I'd do with Xbox, press B, PlayStation, just press circle as it says at the bottom. I don't know about PC, but yeah, just store it and it will stay there and you can use it again instead of scrapping it, because you'll just screw yourself over if you end up scrapping everything that you've built anyway. Yeah, so until the next one, get your perimeter sorted and start stockpiling. A useful little tip for stockpiling, traders in Diamond City will often sell shipments of resources like wood, steel, springs, that sort of stuff. As long as you're hoarding, like, it's a bit of a ball ache hoarding stuff around and having to go back to your towns and that and sell them, but it is worth it, and it's the only way that you can really accumulate enough stuff to build settlements. What are you doing on a roof? How did you even get up there? How are you going to get down? And I think that's my medic as well. She should be at work, lazy little git. But it is. Hold on, just bear with me. This is my little medical centre over here. Yep, just skiving. If someone gets hurt. Yeah, like, as you can see, I don't know, little things that you can do. Like, I've got a little surgery set up with tables and whatnot. I don't know, people might be able to wash their hands in that. But yeah, and like when you find that all of these need boarding up, just like because they can shoot through them basically. But yeah, they are worth building, and they are pretty simple once you get your head around the mechanics. But that's what I hope I'll be able to help people with these little tutorials. So if I can save you half the time that I spent fanning around with it, then it's all good. But yeah, so until the next one, crack on, get your resources sorted. You only really, for the next few tutorials, I'd only really worry about wood, steel, and if you can get your hands on any copper, that is them, and ceramic like baths, ashtrays, like I say, literally anything you can pick up on your missions, pick it up, and always take a companion, so that, I mean, they can carry about 250 kilos, so especially if you kit them out with deep pockets as well, it just helps. And if you've got your power armor on, you can carry an extra, I don't know, 110 as well. So yeah, pick up everything: toy cars, plungers, ashtrays, blooming baby bottles, I don't know, there's loads of stuff. Pick it all up, and you can get a perk also that highlights any tagged materials. I'll show you how to tag